the one, the only, Ben Sion. Good morning and welcome to Yeshiva Iyun in Sion. Today we're doing Shekalim, Perek Zayin, Mishnayos Aleph and Beis. Mishnah Aleph is a very interesting halacha. Let's say you find money on the floor in the Beis HaMikdash, and it's directly between the Shekalim and the Nedava, the Machzah shekel money, which some of it was used for Karbanos, but some of it, the leftover money, was used for other Tzarchei Beis HaMikdash. And the money for the Nedava, which was generally only used for Karbanos Olis Nedava. So if it's closer to the Shekalim, we assume it's Machzah shekel. If it's closer to the Nedava, we assume it's the Nedava. If it's exactly in the middle, right? So it's a suffix. Suffix d'oraisa l'chomra. You go l'chomra. You give it to the Nedava because those are exclusively used for Karbanos Ola, which have more kedusha than the Trumas Halishka, the Machzah shekel. Some of it was used for the Tamidin and the Musaf and Karbanos Ola, but some of them, the extra money, Mishayri Alishka, were used for Bedek HaBayis, to fix up the walls of Yerushalayim and the Beis HaMikdash, so it wasn't as holy. So now, the problem over here is that we have a concept in the Gemara, it's a machlokas in the Gemara, we seem to paskin, that when you have Rov v'Karov, Holchan Achar HaRov. Here, it's Karov, we rely on Karov. If it's closer to the Machzah shekel, give it to the Machzah shekel. You know, it's Kula. Why? Because the Rav brings over here, we're learning Masechah Sota, we just learned about Egla Rufa. You find a dead person between the two cities, you assume it's the city that is closest to the corpse, is responsible for his death. So they have to bring Egla Rufa, so you go after Karov. Now, there's a case where there's no rov over there, let's say. But in a case, the Gemara in Beitza talks about a case where you have birds, you're not sure if they're muksa or not. So the Gemara says, Rov Karov, Holchan Achar Rov. So here also, the Rav even asked this question over here. Why don't we say that it's right, if it's in the middle, you go after, or not even in the middle, if it's closer to Machzah shekel, if most of the money, if there's more coins in the Nedava box than there is in the Machzah shekel box, then even if it's closer to the Machzah shekel, you go with the Rov. Why doesn't it say that? It says always, if it's close to the Machzah shekel, it always goes to the Machzah shekel. You go after Rov, that Rov, Karov, Holchan Achar Rov. The answer to this question, I believe, is that to differentiate the Gemara in Beitza, I believe there's a Gemara also in Bava Basra, that Rov v'Karov Holchan Achar Rov is talking about Aruba D'Leisa Kaman, where the birds are no longer here. The birds flew away. We don't know which birds are left. The ones amongst the birds left. So it's Aruba D'Leisa Kaman. Aruba D'Leisa Kaman is a proof. It's not as strong as Aruba D'Isa Kaman. Aruba D'Leisa Kaman, and also the Karov, right, where the birds are no longer there, where there's no ischazik isur, there's no facts on the ground. It's harder to establish facts. So a rov, Ruba D'Leisa Kaman, is stronger than a Karov D'Leisa Kaman. However, interestingly enough, if you have a Karov D'Isa Kaman, here we have both boxes. We have a box of Machzah shekel and a box of coins for Nedava, for Olas Nedava. So, and then there's a coin in between them. So everything we know, we need to know, is in front of us. It's Lefanov. It's not Leisa Kaman, it's Isa Kaman. And even though Aruba D'Isa Kaman is stronger than Aruba D'Isa Kaman, I believe Aruba D'Isa Kaman is still only, right, it's still only 90% or 95%. Karov is more than that. Karov is almost like 100%. I believe it is 100%. If you look in Masechah Sota, the whole process of Egla Rufa, right, we have a corpse, right, we know we have the cities in front of us, and we have the corpse. So it's Isa Kaman. That's the classical case of Karov. And you assume it's the city that is closest to it. Now, this whole procedure, there's a whole huge procedure of Egla Rufa. It's not just right? We paskin that the person is responsible, this city is responsible for his death. You have to have part of the Sanhedrin goes out and measures it. The Sanhedrin never leave Lishkas HaGazis, except for Lahosif Aliyah Va'azaros and for Egla Rufa. Or at least all of them don't leave. There's an opinion of Masechah that all of them leave. Then you have a whole procedure with either 5 or 3 dayanim, saying things. You decapitate an Egla Rufa. This is a large procedure, a whole long thing you have to do. The Torah describes it at length. The Gemara describes it at length. You have to say all these psukim, and you have to wash your hands and say Yadenu l'shafu adam. When you have a whole procedure like that, you're only going to do a procedure like that if you're like 100% sure. And that's what Karov is. A Karov, when it's Isa Kaman, it's almost like clear. It's like a pretty clear proof, like 100% proof it's from that city. We wouldn't do a whole procedure regular Rufa otherwise. So here also you have Karo, you have the coin in front of us. It's like 100% true that it's Machzah shekel, even though there's more coins Nolas Nadava, Rov Karov Halachan Rov is when it's Leisa Kaman, the facts are not in front of us. So which is an assumption, we're trying to assume. So a Rov that's not in front of us is stronger proof than a Karov which is not in front of us. At least the facts are not presently in front of us. But when the facts are in front of us, then Karov is stronger. Everyone agrees Karov, Rov Karov, Holchanach Karov. Hope you enjoyed today's share. See you in the next one.